Have you ever followed a strict diet, counted every bite, and still struggled to drop even a single pound? If that sounds familiar, you're not the only one. For many people in midlife, weight gain seems to come out of nowhere, and losing it feels nearly impossible. But the issue isn't always your willpower or discipline. It's much deeper. The truth is, your body might be stuck in fat storage mode, and most popular diets do nothing to fix that. As we get older, things inside our body start to shift. Hormones decline. Our metabolism slows down. Our stress levels stay higher. All of this affects the way our body processes food and stores fat. But one thing people rarely talk about is how fat behaves like an organ. It's not just sitting there quietly. It's active, releasing toxins and chemicals that make you feel tired, bloated, and discouraged. There are two kinds of fat, the one you can see and the one you can't. Subcutaneous fat is the visible kind. It's what you can pinch around your waist or thighs. But visceral fat is the real danger. It wraps around your organs like your liver and heart. And this fat doesn't just store energy. It leaks toxic compounds into your bloodstream, causes inflammation, and keeps your body in a state of constant stress. When that happens, your liver becomes overloaded. Instead of filtering out toxins and supporting fat burning, it gets clogged and sluggish. Your insulin levels rise, telling your body to hold on to fat. Your cells become inflamed and resistant to nutrients. All this creates a perfect storm that keeps you stuck, no matter how well you eat or how often you exercise. The biggest mistake people make is trying to solve this with more dieting. They cut calories, skip meals, and push harder. But if your body is stuck in fat storage mode, no amount of calorie cutting will make a difference. It's like trying to drain a sink with a clogged pipe. Until you clear the blockage, fix the liver, lower insulin, and calm the inflammation, you won't see the results you're hoping for. Fat isn't just about appearance. It's a signal. A warning that your body is overwhelmed and needs help. That help doesn't come from starving yourself or doing endless workouts. It comes from understanding your body and giving it what it needs to heal. Because once your system is working again, your body will naturally start burning fat for energy like it's supposed to. This isn't about chasing a perfect number on the scale. It's about freedom from fatigue, cravings, and frustration. It's about living with energy, strength, and confidence. And it all starts by shifting the way you look at fat. Not as the enemy, but as a messenger. One that's asking you to make changes that will support your health for years to come. Most people believe fat is just extra weight that makes their clothes tighter or changes the way they look in photos. They focus on the fat they can see: the belly, the thighs, the arms. But what if the most dangerous fat in your body isn't visible at all? What if it's hiding deep inside, working against you every single day without your knowledge? This is where the real danger lies. It's called visceral fat, and it's the kind of fat that wraps around your internal organs. It surrounds your liver, your heart, your intestines. And unlike the fat under your skin, visceral fat is not harmless. It acts like a chemical factory, releasing toxins and inflammatory signals into your bloodstream. These toxins weaken your energy, disrupt your hormones, and slow down your metabolism. That's why so many people feel exhausted even when they're eating well and exercising regularly. Visceral fat doesn't just affect your weight. It affects your entire system. It raises your risk for heart disease, diabetes, memory loss, and even some types of cancer. It creates a state of chronic inflammation in your body, a silent, ongoing fire that damages your cells over time. This inflammation can disrupt everything from your sleep patterns to your immune function, leaving you feeling off without a clear explanation. The tricky part is that you can't always measure this kind of fat by looking in the mirror. Someone with a relatively slim frame can still have high levels of visceral fat. That's why many people are blindsided by chronic conditions in their 50s and 60s. They didn't realize the damage was building up inside for years. They didn't know that the real problem was silent and invisible. So where does this hidden fat come from? A major contributor is stress, especially the long-term low-level kind that builds over time. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which tells your body to store more fat around the organs. Poor sleep, lack of movement, and diets high in sugar and processed food also fuel this process. Your body begins to collect fat not for energy, but as a protective response to the constant strain it feels. This is why traditional dieting often fails. You can lose a few pounds of water, weight, or even some subcutaneous fat, but the visceral fat remains untouched. And if you lose weight without addressing the underlying inflammation, your body will fight to bring that fat back. It sees the loss as a threat. So even after months of effort, the weight return sand often brings more with it. But here's the good news. Visceral fat is not permanent. You can reduce it, and when you do, everything starts to work better. Your energy improves. Your sleep becomes deeper. Your cravings go down. Your hormones begin to balance. And most importantly, your risk for major health problems drops significantly. It's like taking a weight off not just your body, but your entire life. The key is to shift your focus. Don't chase the fat you can see. Target the fat you can't. Start thinking about health from the inside out. Support your liver. Calm the inflammation. Balance your insulin levels. These steps are more powerful than any crash diet. They get to the root of the issue and build a foundation your body can thrive on. Once you understand this hidden layer of fat and how it affects you, you stop blaming yourself. You stop thinking you're weak or lazy. You realize your body was trying to protect you in the only way it knew how. And when you begin to support it properly, it responds. Not with punishment, but with healing. This is the shift that changes everything. From chasing numbers to reclaiming your health. From fighting your body to working with it. And it starts by seeing fat not as the enemy, but as a signal. One that says, it's time to take a different approach. If there is one organ that holds the key to whether your body stores fat or burns it, it's the liver. And yet, most people never give it a second thought. We think about our stomach when we eat, our muscles when we move. But the liver quietly works behind the scenes every single day. It processes nutrients, filters toxins, and manages fat. And if it's not working properly, fat loss becomes nearly impossible no matter how hard you try. Think of your liver like a kitchen sink. If you keep pouring grease and debris down the drain, it will eventually clog. At first, water still flows slowly. But over time, everything backs up. The same happens in your body. Sugar, alcohol, medications, processed food, and stress all pour into the liver. And when it becomes overwhelmed, it stops processing fat efficiently. Instead, it begins to store it. First, in the liver itself. Then, around your organs. This is how fatty liver disease begins 7 in people who are not overweight. Now here's the problem. When your liver is clogged, your fat-burning system is stuck in reverse. It can't flush out toxins. It can't regulate your hormones. It can't break down the fat you already have. That means no matter how clean your diet or how hard you exercise, your body will struggle to burn fat. You might feel tired, bloated, or stuck, but you won't know that it's because your liver is waving a white flag. So how do you help the liver recover? The first step is to nourish it with the right foods. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and leafy greens are powerful detoxifiers. They give your liver the nutrients it needs to clear out built-up waste and start working efficiently again. Lemon water can help too. Just like it cuts through grease in your sink, it supports your liver's ability to flush toxins. Healthy fats also play a key role. Not all fats are bad. In fact, good fats like olive oil, avocado, nuts, and wild-caught fish give your body the building blocks it needs to create healthy cells. When your liver is repairing itself, These fats provide the clean fuel that helps restore function and balance. They also don't spike your insulin, so they support fat burning instead of fat storage. Another secret weapon for your liver is coffee. Surprising, right? But research shows that organic coffee contains antioxidants that support bile production and reduce inflammation in the liver. In fact, coffee is one of the top sources of antioxidants in the American diet. So that morning cup, when clean and high quality, can be a powerful ally for your liver. Then there are supplements like milk, thistle, and dandelion root. These natural herbs help the liver regenerate and flush out toxins more effectively. They act like armor, protecting your liver from the daily onslaught of chemicals and processed foods. Apple cider vinegar can also support liver health by balancing blood sugar and reducing fat buildup. The final piece is choline, a nutrient found in eggs. It prevents fat from accumulating in the liver and helps move it out of storage and into use. That's why eggs, especially pasture-raised, are a powerful part of a liver-healing diet. All these tools are about one thing: giving your liver the support it needs to do its job. When your liver starts to flow again, everything changes. Your metabolism improves, your hormones rebalance, and most importantly, your body begins to burn fat the way it was designed to. Fixing your liver is not about following a strict detox or drinking some miracle cleanse. It's about consistent care, feeding it the right nutrients, avoiding the things that overwhelm it, and giving it time to recover from years of overload. When you do, the results speak for themselves. You feel lighter, clearer, more energetic. And the weight? It starts to come off, not because you're starving yourself, but because your body is finally able to do what it already knows how to do. If your body feels like it's holding on to fat no matter what you do, insulin may be the reason. Insulin is a hormone, and it's responsible for moving sugar from your blood into your cells. That's its job. But when insulin levels stay high all the time, it sends a different signal, a powerful message to your body to store fat and never let go of it. This is one of the most common hidden roadblocks to fat loss, especially as we age. Over the years, our eating habits, stress levels, and lack of movement combine to raise insulin levels. Every time we eat, insulin rises. And if we're eating often, especially sugary or processed foods, our insulin rarely gets a break. It's like a light switch that's always on, keeping your body in fat storage mode around the clock. Imagine insulin like a delivery truck. It shows up every time you eat, carrying sugar and nutrients to your cells. At first, the cells open the door and take in the delivery. But if those trucks show up too often, the cells get overwhelmed and stop responding. This is called insulin resistance. Your body keeps producing insulin, but your cells no longer respond the way they should. And that leads to more fat storage, more cravings, more fatigue. So, how do we reverse this pattern and flip the switch back to fat burning? The first step is to understand how food affects insulin. Not all calories are the same. A sugary soda and a piece of grilled salmon may have similar calories, but they affect your body in completely different ways. Sugar and refined carbohydrates cause insulin to spike quickly. Fiber-rich vegetables and healthy fats keep insulin levels steady. That's why focusing on whole, real food is so powerful. Start by cutting back on processed carbohydrates. Bread, pasta, cereals, and even so-called healthy granola bars are often loaded with sugars and starches that send insulin through the roof. Instead, eat fiber-rich vegetables, clean proteins, and healthy fats that nourish your body without triggering constant insulin release. The second step is to reduce how often you eat. Many people graze all-day long: breakfast, snack, lunch, coffee with cream and sugar, afternoon snack, dinner, late-night treat. That constant eating keeps insulin high from morning to night. Your body never has a chance to reset. Just by moving to 3 solid meals a day, or including periods of fasting between meals, you allow insulin levels to drop and give your body space to tap into stored fat for fuel. Clean protein is also key. Protein builds muscle and keeps you full, but only if it's high quality. Choose grass-fed beef, pasture-raised chicken, wild-caught fish, and eggs from healthy sources. These proteins come with fewer toxins and lower insulin response, making them easier for your liver and cells to process. And don't forget healthy fats. For years, we were told fat was the enemy, but real fats like olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and omega-3 oils actually help your body use fat for energy. They don't spike insulin, and they support hormone production, brain health, and satiety. They also help reduce cravings and stabilize energy, which makes it easier to stay on track. Fiber plays a hidden but powerful role in all this. Fiber slows down digestion, which means sugar enters the bloodstream more slowly. This prevents insulin spikes and helps you feel full longer. Load up on fiber-rich foods like leafy greens, berries, beans, and seeds. They nourish your gut, support your liver, and make it easier to burn fat over time. This isn't about eating perfectly. It's about eating in a way that teaches your body to trust you again. When you lower insulin naturally by spacing out meals, eating clean proteins, cutting processed carbs, and choosing healthy fats, your body begins to release the stored fat. You move from fat storage to fat burning. And best of all, it feels natural, not forced. You don't need to starve. You don't need to count every calorie. You just need to understand what insulin is telling your body to do. And when you take control of that signal, everything else begins to change. When most people think about weight gain, they think about food, lack of exercise, or aging. But there's another factor that quietly works behind the scenes and makes it nearly impossible to burn fat. It's called inflammation. And it might be the missing link in your struggle to lose weight, feel better, and reclaim your health. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or threat. When you sprain your ankle or catch a virus, inflammation shows up to heal the damage. In short bursts, it's helpful. But when inflammation lingers day after day, week after week, it turns from healer to destroyer. It damages cells, disrupts hormones, and hijacks your body's fat-burning system. Chronic inflammation is often invisible. You might not feel it directly, but it shows up in subtle ways. You feel tired even after a full night's sleep. You struggle with brain fog or mood swings. You have joint stiffness, bloating, or frequent colds. These are signs your immune system is stuck in overdrive. And when that happens, your body shifts its focus away from burning fat. Instead, it uses energy to fight internal stress, leaving less energy for metabolism, repair, and recovery. So, where does this silent inflammation come from? It starts with what you eat. Processed foods, added sugars, and artificial ingredients confuse the body and trigger immune responses. Sugar, in particular, is a major culprit. When you eat sugary foods, cookies, sodas, sweetened yogurts, your blood sugar spikes, your insulin rises, and your cells become overwhelmed. This leads to cellular damage and inflammation. The fats you consume matter too. There's a big difference between healthy fats and toxic ones. Vegetable oils like canola, soybean, and sunflower may seem harmless, but they're often chemically processed and oxidized. They build weak cell membranes that trap toxins and prevent nutrients from getting in. Over time, this makes your body more inflamed and less able to function at its best. Alcohol also fuels the fire. Every time you drink, your liver puts fat burning on pause to process the alcohol. That delay in fat processing adds up, especially if your liver is already overworked from sugar, stress, and medication. Alcohol also damages the lining of your gut, where much of your immune function begins. The result is more inflammation, more fat storage, and slower recovery. White bread, pasta, and rice are another source of hidden trouble. These refined carbs turn into sugar in your bloodstream within seconds, They spike insulin, fuel inflammation, and contribute to weight gain, especially around the belly. And because they digest so quickly, they leave you hungry again soon after, starting the cycle all over again. Breaking this pattern begins with removing the foods that trigger inflammation. Replace sugary snacks with fresh fruit, like berries or a green apple. Swap vegetable oils for extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. Cut back on alcohol or take a break entirely while your body resets. Choose whole grains like quinoa or oats over white flour. And most importantly, eat more plants, leafy greens, herbs, cruciferous vegetables. These foods are packed with natural compounds that calm inflammation and support healing. You also want to focus on your gut. Your digestive system plays a huge role in managing inflammation. Probiotic-rich foods like fermented vegetables or unsweetened yogurt can help rebuild your gut lining. Drinking enough water, getting quality sleep, and reducing stress also lower inflammation levels and support weight loss. The goal isn't to follow a perfect plan. It's to create an environment where your body feels safe, not under attack. When inflammation drops, your body naturally starts to burn fat again. Your hormones work better. Your cells heal faster. Your energy rises, and your mind becomes clearer. You can't out-diet chronic inflammation. You have to remove the cause and rebuild from the inside out. That's what creates lasting results, not just on the scale, but in how you feel every single day. When your liver is struggling, your whole body feels it. Fatigue creeps in. Digestion slows. Fat hangs on no matter what you eat. But there's a powerful way to support your liver without extreme detoxes or harsh cleanses. The answer lies in superfood simple, natural foods that help your liver repair, restore, and get back to burning fat. Let's start with cruciferous vegetables. These include broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. They may not be glamorous, but they are like scrubbing brushes for your liver. They contain sulfur compounds that help flush out toxins and support the enzymes your liver needs to work properly. Eating just a few servings a week can make a real difference in how efficiently your body clears waste and processes fat. Leafy greens are another key player. Spinach, kale, arugula, and Swiss chard are packed with antioxidants and fiber. They help lower inflammation and improve bile flow. Bile is like your liver's soap. It helps break down fats so they can be used for energy. When bile flows well, your liver works better. And when your liver works better, fat burning becomes easier and more natural. Lemon water may sound too simple to be powerful, but it's one of the best ways to gently support liver detox. Lemons contain vitamin C and plant compounds that help thin out bile and assist the liver in processing waste. Starting your day with warm lemon water on an empty stomach can gently wake up your digestive system and give your liver the hydration it needs to begin its work. Coffee, when organic and consumed in moderation, can also be a surprising liver ally. It contains antioxidants that reduce inflammation and help protect liver cells. It also stimulates bile production. In fact, regular coffee drinkers tend to have lower risks of liver diseases. Just make sure it's not loaded with sugar or artificial creamers. A clean, simple cup can go a long way. Another superfood is apple cider vinegar. It supports healthy blood sugar levels and improves insulin sensitivity. That means less fat storage and more stable energy. The acetic acid in vinegar helps your liver convert fat into usable fuel instead of letting it sit and accumulate. A tablespoon in water before meals can help your digestion and your metabolism. Milk thistle is a time-tested herb that protects the liver and helps it regenerate. It's been used for centuries to heal liver damage caused by toxins and stress. Its active compound, silymarin, acts like a shield, defending your liver from daily wear and tear. Taken as a supplement, it supports cell repair and improves liver function over time. Dandelion root is another natural helper. It acts as a gentle diuretic, helping the body flush out extra fluids and toxins. It also supports kidney function, which works closely with the liver to clear waste. Dandelion can be brewed into a tea or taken in capsule form as part of a daily routine to reduce liver burden and improve digestion. Finally, let's talk about choline. This nutrient is essential for breaking down fat in the liver and preventing it from building up. Eggs are one of the best sources, especially pasture-raised eggs, which also contain healthy fats and vitamins. Including eggs in your breakfast can give your body the tools it needs to process fat instead of store it. These superfoods aren't magic bullets, but they are powerful allies. When eaten consistently, they support the systems your body already uses to heal and recover. They help your liver move from survival mode back to its natural state of detoxifying, filtering, and burning fat efficiently. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just begin by adding in the good. A handful of greens, a squeeze of lemon, a spoon of vinegar. These small steps build momentum. Over time, your liver will respond. Your energy will rise. Your cravings will calm. And the stubborn fat that once felt permanent will begin to move. The body wants to heal. Your job is to give it the tools to do so. Reaching a healthier weight isn't just about dropping numbers on a scale. It's about breaking out of the cycle that's been holding you back. The fatigue, the cravings, the disappointment of trying and failing over and over. But here's the truth, no one tells you. Your body knows how to heal. It remembers how to burn fat. It just needs your help to get there. Most people start strong but give up when they don't see results fast enough. They follow strict diets, count every bite, and push through intense workouts. But if the liver is clogged, insulin is high, and inflammation is raging, all that effort feels like running uphill with a heavy backpack. It's frustrating, discouraging, and unsustainable. So what's the way forward? It starts with one simple idea: momentum. You don't have to fix everything overnight. You just have to move forward, one small choice at a time. A glass of lemon water in the morning, swapping white bread for leafy greens, skipping that sugary snack and choosing a handful of almonds instead. These choices may feel small, but they build trust with your body. And each day that trust grows stronger. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need perfection. You need patterns. When your meals become more balanced, when your sleep improves, when your stress lowers, just a bit your body notices, the liver starts to clear. Insulin levels stabilize. Inflammation begins to drop. And before long, your body shifts. The fat that felt stuck starts to melt away, not because you fought harder, but because you worked smarter. This process is not just physical, it's emotional. Many people carry shame about their weight. They think they failed. But the truth is, no one ever showed them how to work with their body instead of against it. No one explained how internal blocks can make fat loss feel impossible. This journey is about learning, about replacing guilt with understanding, and frustration with power. Start thinking of your body as a partner. It's been protecting you, adapting to stress, trying to survive. And now, it's ready to thrive. With the right support, your body will respond faster than you think. Your energy will rise. Your cravings will ease. Your confidence will grow. Not because of a quick fix, but because you've built something real and lasting. So, where should you begin? Start with the liver. Add those detoxifying foods. Drink more water. Use lemon, greens, and good oils. Next, look at your meals. Focus on real food vegetables, clean proteins, healthy fats, and fiber. Cut back on sugar and processed carbs. Give your body space between meals to rest and repair. Manage stress in whatever way works for you. Walk outside. Breathe deeply. Call a friend. Laugh. Sleep matters too. Your body heals while you rest. And don't forget movement. It doesn't have to be intense. A gentle walk, a stretch, a few minutes of activity each day signals your body to stay alive, not just survive. And most importantly, don't do this alone. Share your journey. Talk to others. Ask for help. Find a rhythm that supports your life, not one that adds pressure. Healing is not a punishment. It's a gift. And it begins when you decide that you are worth the effort, not just for a few weeks, but for life. You are not broken. You are just blocked. And once those blocks begin to clear, your body will do what it's always wanted to thrive. So take the first step today. Just one, then another tomorrow. And before long, you'll realize you're not just losing weight. You're gaining freedom. You're stepping into a life where food is fuel, energy is steady, and health is something you own, not something you chase.